Once upon a time, in a world painted with the softest pastels, lived a little cloud named Nimbus. Unlike the other clouds who loved to race across the vast, blue canvas of the sky, Nimbus was shy. He preferred to float gently behind the tall, whispering pine trees, peeking out at the world below. His biggest dream was to create a rainbow, a real, shimmering arc of color that would make everyone gasp in wonder. But every time he tried, he would get nervous. His raindrops would come out as a muddled gray drizzle instead of the sparkling prisms he imagined. The older, wiser clouds would rumble with laughter. Rainbows are for the great storm clouds. Little one, boomed a grand cumulonimbus, you're just a wisp of vapor. Feeling smaller than ever, Nimbus would drift away, his silvery edges drooping with sadness. He spent his days watching the sunbeams dance on the surface of the crystal lake, wishing he could borrow just a little of their light and color. One sunny afternoon, a tiny hummingbird with feathers like jewels zipped past him. "Why the long face, little cloud?" she chirped, hovering before him. Her name was Zola. Nimbus sighed, a puff of misty air. "I want to make a rainbow," he whispered, "but I'm not big enough or strong enough." Zola tilted her head. "Who told you rainbows are about size? Say, husky, rainbows are about heart. They're about sharing your light, no matter how small you think it is." Zola's words sparked something within Nimbus' heart. He had plenty of that. He thought about the cheerful daisies in the meadow, the giggling children playing by the river, and the warm, cozy feeling of the morning sun. He wanted to give them something beautiful. So he took a deep, deep breath, gathering all the courage he could find. He wasn't thinking about being big or strong anymore. He was thinking about joy. He floated out from behind the pine trees, positioning himself right in the path of the afternoon sun. He closed his eyes and remembered Zola's words. "It's about heart," he whispered to himself. He let go of his fear and released his raindrops. But this time it was different. He wasn't trying to force a storm. He was simply sharing his own little shower, a gentle, happy sprinkle. As the sunbeams passed through his tiny, heartfelt droplets, something magical happened. A faint sliver of color appeared, then another and another. A perfect, delicate, beautiful rainbow arched across the sky, right over the Crystal Lake. It wasn't as big as the storm clouds' rainbows, but it had a special shimmer, a gentle glow that seemed to come from within. Down below, the world stopped to look up. The daisies turned their faces to the sky. The children pointed with delight, and even the grumpy old badger poked his head out of his burrow with a smile. They had never seen such a sweet, lovely rainbow before. Nimbus watched, his cloudy heart swelling with a happiness he had never known. Here, donate. From that day on, Nimbus was no longer the shy little cloud. He learned that it doesn't matter how big or small you are. What truly matters is the courage to share the light you have inside. And every now and then, when the sun is just right after a gentle shower, if you look closely, you might just see Nimbus's beautiful, heartfelt rainbow. A reminder that the most wonderful things often come in the most unexpected packages. Thank you so much for joining me on this little adventure today. If you enjoyed our story, Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more tailies. We'll see you again soon. Bye for now.